there. Welcome to another
Welcome
to live television.
Another episode of Spoilers. I'm Kathy.
I'm Chris-Rachael.
And we are reviewing The Counselor.
Aren't you supposed to be wearing a cheetah print?
Well, I'm a cougar, and these are just liver spots.
Which is horribly, horribly appropriate for Cameron Diaz in this movie.
Yeah, she was pretty bad. She
Yeah.
kind of just called it in on this one.
It was ridiculous. You could tell literally sometimes halfway through a sentence she'd kind of forget what she was supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah, I should be acting now, right? Okay, yes.
Is that what you're doing? Is that why you're here today? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
She was terrible. But I did like the movie. The beginning part was really nice. It was just kind of like, I don't know, reminded me of somebody else. But anyway, you'll have to watch the movie. But
I, on the other hand, because I'm a vagina-possessing American, really was not a fan of this movie. The theme of this particular movie is women are horrible creatures. You can't trust any of them and they will only lead you to very bad things.
I saw it completely different. I thought this movie was about distraction and what happens when you get distracted in your life and every decision that you make. From the beginning scene, if you get distracted during sex, it's over, right? And then all the way through, you get distracted in your job as a lawyer. You end up in a $20 million screw-up drug deal.
I guess you could say distraction, but to me it was more poor choices because it's not like things were coming from out of the blue and causing these things to happen. It was their actively bad decision making.
Well, yeah,
there were
because
no
they were
sympathetic characters.
Well, who was it? Javier Bardem was distracted by the gynecological scene, and so with Cameron Diaz, he was distracted by her, not realizing that she was screwing him.
But at the same time, he actually said multiple times on camera that
he was worried about it.
Not only did he say he was worried about it, but he said that he's that way with every single woman he's with. He gets with a woman, gets really obsessed with the woman. Woman breaks up with him because he looked like some sort of horrible spiky Q-tip in this particular movie.
Yeah, he was Mr. Versace in his outfits.
I've got to say, I do actually respect Bardem in that he's not actually a horrible-looking human being, but man, he is willing to pick parts where they make him look just full-on fugly.
Yeah, he was pretty ugly in it. But you know, the one, Brad Pitt, you know, he's always good-looking, but if you ever, I'm from El Paso, and if somebody wore that cowboy outfit, somebody would beat him up. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. But he always does that thing, you know, he always does a hand gesture in every character he does, and that was kind of annoying.
So here was my problem with the film. You were saying you really liked the setup. I, on the other hand, hated the setup. And here's why I hated it. They telegraphed everything about the movie in the first 5 minutes. They telegraphed exactly how all of the characters were going to die. They put it in immaculate detail, like, hey, would you like to know the exact details of how they're going to die later on? Because we don't think you're smart enough to remember.
I didn't know that it was going to be Brad Pitt whose head got cut off. That's why I was kind of wearing an extra thick collar, hoping that
with a nice little red slash mark on it there. It was ridiculous, though. It was completely ridiculous. Like, have you ever seen a snuff film before? Here's exactly what happens in it. You're like, well, I know how his girlfriend's going to die. Have you ever heard of a bolo? Oh, the tie? No, the assassination technique. Well, I wonder who's going to die from that one.
Well, you didn't know that.
Movie.
It was just a story. So for me,
it was a badly told story.
I liked it.
I wanted my 2 hours back.
I liked it. But you know, I like Machete Kills and all the other silly movies. So
I actually told her before the movie started, like, okay, look, there's no spaceships in this. There are no aliens. There aren't any giant robots. Well, I don't think it's going to be my film.
Well, for me, it's like, are there hot guys? Okay, yeah,
they
I'll
weren't
watch
really
it.
that good looking though.
Fassbender, whatever his name
Fassbender.
is. Fassbender. He's hot. I didn't think he was that cute in what was that movie? The
X-Men?
No, he was the android guy in Prometheus.
Oh, that's because they made him look really horrible in the
I
movie.
know, but I didn't realize how cute he was until this movie.
More for her.
I don't know.
Yeah. So once more, if you see the two of us doing a review together, she likes the movies as long as they're pretty, and I actually expect things like plot and characterization and anything that makes sense, not telegraphing every single move of the movie in advance.
Well, I like going to movies to escape reality, and this was a total.
Why would you want to escape to that reality? It's a horrible reality.
It's somebody else's story that I would never think of.
Yeah, but it's somebody else's story full of horrible people that are being punished because they did bad things.
Okay.
Everyone in the movie except for the girlfriend, or fiance, deserves what happens to them. I mean, come on.
Penelope Cruz
Michael
is-
Fassbender's character is a moron. Literally from the very beginning, you're like, wow, I guess she thinks you're pretty, but do you have 5 brain cells to rub together? I'm not sure.
It's because he was distracted by Penelope
No,
Cruz.
it's because he was a moron. When she's not around and he's not thinking about her, it's like, gosh, I'm a lawyer who needs some money because clearly I'm not making enough with my giant house and all these other good things happening in my life.
Yeah.
Why don't I try drug dealing?
Yeah.
$20 million won't mess up the Mexican cartels and make them look for me at all.
Well, okay. So one last point. There are no houses like that in El Paso, by the way. So anyway, but
you
how
don't
many?
want to live in a giant glass house in the sunniest city in America?
There are no houses like that in El
Yeah.
Paso. Sorry. So how many stars would you give this?
2.
I'll give it 3.
Wow. So you're getting an average of a 2.5 here. So I say look for it on FX at some point in time. Don't even waste your time going to a red box for it.
I liked it.